most people wake up and declare defeat before the day even begins. They don't say it out loud, but their thoughts scream it. Their energy carries it. Their results prove it. They whisper things like, "I'll never be rich. I'm not that lucky. That kind of life isn't for people like me." And they repeat those silent declarations every single day. But what if you flipped the script? What if you rewrote the words that shape your world? Because that's what they are. Words with power. Declarations. Commands to your subconscious mind. And every day, whether you realize it or not, you are programming yourself for poverty or prosperity. Here's the truth. The wealth isn't somewhere out there. It already lives inside you. It just needs permission. Permission to rise. And that permission? It starts with the words you choose. The words you repeat. The words you declare. So today, you're not going to wish for wealth. You're going to speak it into your life. You're going to claim it. Own it. Live it starting now. This is not a gimmick. This is not wishful thinking. This is mental reprogramming. This is spiritual alignment. This is a decision. To wake up each day, look yourself in the mirror, and rewrite your wealth declaration. Not once, not twice, but every single day. Until your mind believes it. Until your soul vibrates with it. Until your reality reflects it. So get ready. Because today, we start training the most powerful force you have. Your belief. And when that belief aligns with wealth, nothing can stop you. Wealth doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who believe and act like it. But let's be honest. Belief is not easy. Especially when your past is full of struggle. Especially when the world has told you. Play it safe. Be realistic. Don't expect too much. So you shrink. You hesitate. You stay in the lines hoping for change. But nothing changes. Because you haven't changed. That's where this practice begins. Writing your wealth declaration daily is not just about words on a page. It's about programming your future. It's about taking command of your subconscious mind. It's about choosing belief even when fear is louder. You see, the mind doesn't respond to logic. It responds to repetition, emotion, conviction. Every time you write, "I am wealthy. I am abundant. I attract prosperity effortlessly," you're not lying. You're planting seeds. And with each repetition, those seeds grow. They take root. They form new neural pathways. They become your truth. But only if you're consistent. Only if you're bold enough to keep declaring the life you want even before you see it. Because faith isn't waiting for evidence. Faith creates the evidence. You cannot tiptoe into wealth. You cannot whisper your way to abundance. You have to stand up. Raise your voice. And declare it. Even when no one believes you. Even when your bank account says otherwise. Even when doubt creeps in like a shadow. That's when it matters most. That's when most people give up. And that's when you need to double down. Rewrite your wealth declaration. Even when it feels pointless. Especially then. That's what separates those who rise from those who stay stuck. Wealth requires risk. And the first risk you must take is daring to believe in something greater than your current reality. You've got to bet on yourself. Even when the odds seem low. Even when the world calls you crazy. That's how wealth is born. Not from safety, but from certainty. Certainty in your vision. Certainty in your worth. certainty in your ability to create. And that certainty begins with your daily declaration. Every time you write it down, you send a signal. Not just to your mind, but to the universe. You're saying, I'm ready. I'm aligned. I believe. That belief is magnetic. It shifts your perception. It sharpens your decisions. It opens doors. But you must practice it daily. You must train your mind to expect wealth, to welcome it, to feel worthy of it. Because most people don't lack opportunity. They lack self-worth. They don't believe they deserve more. So they settle for less. But you're different. You're here to rewire the story. To break the cycle. To write a new script. One where wealth is natural. Normal. Expected. So take 5 minutes. Every morning. Before the world pulls you in. Before fear wakes up. And write your declaration. By hand. With intention. With emotion. Write it like it's already true. Like you're already living it. Because in a sense, you are. Everything you want already exists on a higher frequency. Your job is to match it. To become the version of you that attracts it effortlessly. That's what this daily practice does. It's not just ink on paper. It's transformation in motion. It's wealth becoming real. So don't wait. Don't wish. Don't wonder. Declare it. Daily. Deliberately. And with every word, you'll step closer to the life that was always yours. Look around you. Every great success story was once just a declaration. A choice. A bold decision to believe when there was no reason to. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times. Most people would have stopped at 10, maybe 20. But not him. Because in his mind, the light bulb already existed. He wasn't trying to invent it. He was just discovering the path to what he already believed was real. That's what belief does. It bends reality. It breaks the rules. It creates results that logic can't explain. He didn't succeed because he was lucky. He succeeded because he refused to doubt. Now look at Oprah Winfrey. Born into poverty. Abused. Rejected. Told she'd never belong in television. But she kept showing up. She kept believing in something no one else could see. And every time the world said no, she said yes to herself. She didn't wait for permission. She didn't ask for validation. She declared her future before it was ever real. And that declaration? She lived it. She breathed it. Until the world had no choice but to catch up. That's what this is about. Rewriting your wealth declaration daily may seem small. But so did Edison's sketches. So did Oprah's first interviews in local radio. So did every first step of every success story. They didn't start with wealth. They started with belief. And the courage to act on that belief even when no one clapped. Think about Elon Musk. He risked everything twice. He sold his first company and poured every dollar into SpaceX and Tesla. Both nearly failed. Both were mocked. But he believed. He declared where the world was headed long before anyone else did. That's not genius. That's faith in action. That's the power of a focused, unwavering mind. You don't need to be a tech billionaire. You don't need cameras or capital or perfect timing. You just need one thing. Conviction. The kind of conviction that says, I don't care what it looks like right now. I know who I am. I know what I'm creating. I know where I'm going. And that kind of belief? It moves mountains. It breaks cycles. It turns ordinary people into legends. Every time you sit down to write your declaration, you are stepping into that same energy, that same power, that same process. You're saying, I'm not just hoping for wealth. I'm preparing for it. I'm becoming the version of me that already has it. Think of Jim Carrey. He wrote himself a $10 million check before he ever made a dime. Dated it for 5 years in the future. Kept it in his wallet. He visualized it. Spoke it. Believed it. And just before the date he had written on that check, he was paid $10 million for Dumb and Dumber. Coincidence? No. That's the result of alignment. Of belief backed by action. Of daily declarations creating inner certainty. Now imagine what happens when you do that. Every morning. With full emotion. With purpose. You're no longer reacting to life. You're commanding it. You're no longer hoping something will change. You're becoming the change. That's how every great life is built. Not by chance. Not by talent. But by bold, consistent declarations. Backed by bold, consistent action. Look at J.K. Rowling. Rejected by 12 publishers. Single mother. Welfare checks. But she saw something the world didn't. She saw a vision. And she kept declaring that vision every time she picked up the pen. Until one day. It was no longer a dream. It was a global phenomenon. That's the power you have. Right now. With just a pen and a decision. So ask yourself. Who are you becoming? What are you declaring, not just in words, but in energy? Write it. Live it. Risk for it. Because here's the truth. No one who ever played it safe made history. No one who ever waited to feel ready ever became wealthy. They believed first. Acted second. Received third. So today. Don't write what you hope for. Write what you claim. Write it with certainty. With vision. With fire. Because that declaration? It's not just shaping your mind. It's shaping your future. So now you know. You're not waiting on wealth. Wealth is waiting on you. Waiting on you to believe deeper. To act bolder. To step forward even when it's uncomfortable. Even when it's terrifying. Especially when it feels like nothing's working. That's when it matters most. That's when the universe leans in. To see if you're serious. To see if you're committed. To see if you're ready to hold the life you say you want. Because this isn't just about money. It's about becoming the version of you who can handle it. Who can multiply it. Who can serve others with it. And that version of you? It's not built in comfort. It's built in fire. In discipline. In repetition. Every time you rewrite your wealth declaration, you're training your mind to obey you. You're shaping your subconscious. You're building spiritual muscle. You're telling your doubts, you don't run this. You're telling your fears, sit down. You're telling your future, I'm coming. And let me tell you something. The moment you stop needing proof, the proof starts showing up. The moment you stop waiting for signs, the signs explode into your life. Because you finally become a match. Not for who you were, but for who you've decided to be. So take the risk. Write the words like you mean them. Speak them like your life depends on it, because it does. Feel them in your chest, not just in your head. Let your declaration become a command. A command to your nervous system. To your habits. To your reality. And yes, you'll feel resistance. That's normal. That's proof it's working. Growth always feels uncomfortable. So if it burns, good. You're stretching. You're evolving. You're breaking the mold that was never meant to hold you. You are not average. You never were. You were designed to lead, to create, to overflow.
But that design means nothing until you activate it.
And no one's coming to do it for you. No one's handing you a permission slip. No one's going to declare your wealth for you. That's your job. That's your power. That's your voice. So don't whisper your vision anymore. Don't write small goals. Don't shrink just to fit in with people who stopped believing in themselves. You are not here to survive. You are here to expand.
And every single day you rewrite that declaration with heart, with faith, with vision, you are building the life you once thought was impossible.
And one day, you'll wake up and realize it's not a declaration anymore. It's your reality. But only if you begin. So start today. Not tomorrow. Not when it's easier. Not when you feel more motivated. Now. Get out the paper. Get honest. Write who you are. Who you're becoming. What you expect to receive. And don't just write it. Live it. Speak it. Walk it. Be it. Because the world is waiting. Not for your hesitation. But for your declaration. Now go. Claim your wealth. Claim your future. Claim your identity. You were born for this. Let the world feel it. Let your energy declare it. And don't you dare stop until it's done.